Hi Leo, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing a bonus reading for you guys. You had the highest viewership last week, so I wanted to say thank you. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I am going to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Leo out there. So guys, just take the parts that resonate for you. Leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse in a general reading. And as always, Leo, don't force yourself into a reading that's just not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Leo? Leo. All right, Leo, you are starting with the Devil in reverse. You have the King of Swords in the reverse and the Four of Wands. So you guys are working on something here. You're addressing some kind of a toxic issue. I feel like you, in relation to a person or a situation, you've been embroiled in something that was toxic and you just want no more of the toxicity. It's like you've escaped from it. You were enchanted by it in some manner. Maybe you didn't know that it was toxic when you first got into it, but at this point, you've kind of escaped that toxicity. You've managed to take yourself out of that, and you don't want to go back into it. You may feel like there's somebody who is not communicating honestly with you. I do feel like you still have emotions for this person. You could even be involved in a relationship with them with this Four of Wands here. I do feel like you still have feelings and emotions for this person. However, you may be feeling that they're not being completely transparent. They may not be, honest with you. And at this point, I feel like you have kind of withdrawn just a little bit here. Be careful with that because you could be coming across as being a little cold or distant. Now, I'm not saying you are, but it could be interpreted that way. Because I do see your energy is kind of withdrawn a little bit. So let me see who is in your energy. I can see that the reason your energy is withdrawn a little is because you're just not trying to deal with a toxic situation. But others may be interpreting that differently. All right, so the person in your energy, we have the High Priestess. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. We have the Hangman in reverse, sign of Pisces, and the Emperor, sign of Aries. Now, this person has all major arcana in their cards. So whatever is going on with this person in your energy is something that is really major in their life. I do feel like this is somebody who is moving in silence. They're kind of secretive. They have a lot of secrets. And you feel like that's toxic. There's a lot that they're not saying. They're trying to lean into their intuition. I do feel like they have been trapped in something toxic, something, that was poisonous to them on some level. And they are coming out of that now, but not without there being danger. So I don't know what it is yet. We'll clarify, but there's definitely this energy after a very long period where they felt trapped in something that was literally poisoning them. But they're taking charge of the situation now. It's, they're moving in silence, but they're disengaging from something that was very poisonous to their system, either their body, their soul, all of it. I don't know, but they're disengaging from it. They're getting untrapped. Let's see the energy between Leo and this person. Whatever it is that's going on with them, Leo, it's a major life-changing thing. The Queen of Swords. Yeah, so you may feel that this is your person, but you've put up boundaries for sure. Yeah, and it's because you feel like all this secretive energy that they have is really toxic. So I feel like you're open to talking to this person, but you've definitely put up some boundaries. And it does look like this person is trying to put up boundaries as well. I don't know if this was a relationship that was maybe codependent. I do feel like this person definitely feels like you are a good match to them, possibly even a divine couple. There's changes that are occurring in this relationship, though. I definitely see that. So let me see what's affecting the connection. The World in reverse. Yeah, there's something that's unfinished here. And it has to do with whatever this person is disengaging from. I definitely feel like things aren't finished between the two of you. You've felt a need to put up boundaries. You could be dealing with somebody that has addictions. But I do feel like you have felt the need to put up strong boundaries with this person. But I'm telling you, there are things that are changing within this connection. It's not over. It's not complete. You don't feel like it's over, but I feel like you're angry with this person. Whatever this person is disengaging from, that's what's not complete. They haven't completely disengaged from something that has been poisoning them. I can't wait to clarify that because I'd like to see what that is. But they're going through something here that they're not telling you about, and it was literally poisoning them. They're not complete. They're not disengaged. They're still somehow caught in it, even though they're in process. Let me see. So I don't even feel like it has to do with this connection, but it could. Let me see the outcome for Leo and this person. The Ten of Swords. There's something to do with a very painful ending here. Now, it doesn't mean this connection is going to end in a painful way. So don't overreact, because you still have the Four of Wands. They have the Emperor. So I do feel like, you know, there's something, maybe you've already had this painful ending. We'll see what happens with the clarification. It could be an ending, but I don't believe so, because we're seeing here with the World that things are not complete. So bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles. This is underlying energy, and it is indicating that you're being very patient here. You've definitely planted seeds, and I feel like you're now being patient, waiting to see what's going to happen. So let's clarify, Leo. Spirit, why is the Devil in reverse for Leo? Why is the Devil in reverse? Oof, that's a lot of energy there. All right, so we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. There's the Devil in reverse again. So you're really strong, saying, look, I'm not dealing with any of these addictions, codependency, anything that's toxic, I don't want it. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Now, you could be dealing with somebody that they may not be single for some of you. Whatever the case, you're definite in the fact that you want nothing toxic. You know that it didn't work out in the past. You're looking deep into the situation. You're watching this person. Like I said, you've planted seeds, and now you're watching them. You're watching to see, are they going to address their own toxicity? Are they going to work on themselves? If they're not single, are they going to become single? You know, if there's been codependency in the connection, you're looking for signs of that. It's almost like you're hyper vigilant here. So, because you feel like you might be missing some details, you might be missing some information. So there's a lot of watching going on. A lot of boundaries are up. You know, just observing to see if the seeds that were planted are actually, and I feel like you're being very patient and very methodical as well, Leo. Why is the King of Swords here? Now, it doesn't mean you're not mad. I feel like some of you are kind of pissed off. And it could be because it's taking so long for this to kind of work itself through. Show me why this King of Swords is in reverse. Show me why the King of Swords is in reverse. The Emperor. So you're focused on this person. They have that in their energy. And then you have the Empress in reverse. So you believe that this is a divine connection. We have both the Emperor and the Empress. However, you're not happy with this person. You're not pleased with them because you feel like this person has been disrespectful to you. They may have, you know, not nourished or, you know, been kind in the relationship. They may have spoken to you disrespectfully. There's a sense here that you just feel that the two of you are not on the same page, even though you should be. There's, you know, I do feel like you love this person. You have a sense of loyalty to this person. However, I'm seeing that you're angry. You're angry with the way this person has behaved. You don't feel like this person is being honest, that they're not communicating honestly with you. And I do see that they're keeping a lot of secrets here. So you may feel that you're this is a divine partner, that this could be even a twin flame or a deep soulmate connection. However, you don't think that the two of you are on the same page, and it's kind of put you in limbo because you're waiting for this person to basically get out of toxic energy. You're working on yourself. You're doing the work, but you feel that this person is not, that they're stuck somehow in that toxic energy. And it's making you angry. It's making you feel disrespected. And on the other hand, you don't feel like things are complete or finished between the two of you. So it's not like you want to just, turn your back. So you feel like you're a little bit in limbo. And I get that. I feel like that would make me angry as well. Let's see why the Four of Wands is here. Some of you are married to this person or in a relationship currently, or you want to be. Show me why the Four of Wands is here. Five of Pentacles. Okay, so you may have been in a relationship, a solid relationship. We have the Judgment reverse, and we have the Queen of Wands. You're taking your power back. Yeah. You're taking your power back after feeling as if this person disrespected you, abandoned the connection, rejected. There's a sense of rejection here. And so now you're taking your power back. And a lot of you have this big glow up going on as well. Because I'm going to tell you now, other people are finding you very attractive. And this person does too. That's the thing. So you're definitely looking good, smelling good. You're out here attracting others. I feel like people love being in your energy. You're wondering if you made a bad judgment call to ever be involved with this person. There's some of you that are wondering if you shouldn't just, end this and move forward. But it goes back into that limbo. I want to end this. I want to move forward because I want to be happy. I want to just leave this person out in the cold like they left me out in the cold. And yet I feel like this is my person. So it's that limbo. So I get it. A lot of you are hoping, I wouldn't say waiting, but you're hoping for a reconciliation, and it just doesn't seem to be coming. But what I can tell you is that regardless, there's going to be a celebration in your energy. And I also see that you are growing and becoming more powerful, and you are taking your power back. Let's look at this person. Show me why the High Priestess is here for the person in Leo's energy. Three of Coins reversed, Page of Pentacles reversed. So this person may be having financial issues that they're keeping secret from you. I do see that they feel like they don't have anything to offer. They don't have stability right now, and they don't want you to know that. They lack stability. Yeah, and it looks financial because these are coins, and they're keeping this secret. They don't want anyone to know. Their foundation, there's some foundation that is crumbling or has crumbled. It's going to create changes, but in the meantime, they have no stability, and I feel like they feel that keenly, but they also are hiding that from you and from any and everybody else. Now, let's see why this Hangman is in reverse here. Okay, the Magician. So they're manifesting. You could be dealing with a Gemini, and they're manifesting you. We have the Strength card. Now, it could be another Leo as well, but I'm seeing that this person is a strong manifester. Yeah, so what are they manifesting? Well, they're manifesting disengaging from whatever it is that has been like a poison to them. They're also manifesting this connection because they don't feel like things are through either. So they are working on themselves, and that's one of the things you've been watching to see, is this person addressing addictions or toxic behavior. And they are. They are. You know, I feel like that's what's keeping them. I don't know if this person has addiction problems or if this person is in some kind of a toxic situation. For some of you, they may be in they may have tried to bring you in as a third party. They could be involved with someone else. For a few of you, I see that. If that's the case, they may be trying to get out of that situation. They're definitely focused on you, and they're definitely trying to disengage from something toxic. So you'll have to take that as it resonates for you. You'll know in your situation. And they're manifesting you because they don't feel like this is over either. So let's see why the Emperor is here. Show me the Emperor for the person in Leo's energy. Four of Wands reversed. And the Page of Cups reversed. Okay, so this person is taking charge of their life. You have the Four of Wands in the upright. They have it in the reverse. They don't feel stable enough to be in any kind of connection. They do have feelings for you, but they're holding those feelings back. This is somebody that's working on their wealth or their money or their stability here. I feel like for some of you, this person could be a business owner or a high-level manager with the Emperor here. So I feel like their focus is not on the connection right now, which is leaving you feeling abandoned and rejected. They do have feelings, but I also feel like there could be a little arrogance here as well, because there's a sense here that this person owes you an apology for ending the connection between the two of you or not providing stability in the connection or commitment in the connection, but yet they're unapologetic about that. So there is a little arrogance that I'm seeing right here as well. They are working on themselves and they're manifesting you. So I just feel like, for a lot of you, this person's having some financial issues. So they're heavily manifesting that. They're trying to be strong. They don't want others to know, but they literally feel like they don't have anything to offer. Now, if this person did move outside of this connection at some point, if you are married to them, they moved outside the connection, it hasn't worked out. It definitely hasn't worked out for them. Let me see the energy between Leo and this person. Because I know you've put up your boundaries and you're watching this person closely. Yeah, because they broke your heart. Three of Swords reversed. You're healing. Five of Wands. For some of you, they put you in competition with someone else, and that broke your heart. For others of you, it's just that they were combative. They were, it was constantly conflict. So you definitely had your heart broken, and I feel like you're healing from that. And, you've done a lot of healing from what I'm seeing. So you don't want to go back into a toxic connection with this person. You're open to talking to them. You feel like they're your person, but they're toxic as hell. Now, on their side, I will tell you, they are working on that, and they are trying to come out of that. But I feel like they're very secretive about everything because they're embarrassed, maybe. I don't know. Let me see. And also the fact that you've put up such strong boundaries, it could be that they're feeling a little rejected. Maybe they were used to you always fixing things, and now you're not doing that. Let me see what's affecting the connection. We have the World in reverse. All right, we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. We have the Two of Swords. So this person has already decided that they want to manifest this connection. Yeah, but in order to do so, they have to disengage from something here that has been poisoning them. So they're trying. They are trying. I mean, some of you might get mad, but I have to give them the credit for that. And they are focused on you. They've decided they want you in their life. But at the same time, I see that they're not offering the commitment that you're hoping for, which is leaving you feeling stuck. Like in this in-between ground. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Let's look at your outcome. Show me the outcome for Leo. I just saw the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, meaning that there's still some stuck energy. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. All right, so, yeah, we have the Hermit. We have the Knight of Wands. And we have that Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So your interpretation of their silence, your interpretation of them not providing the, you know, solid connection that you're hoping for, is that this person's just a player, that they're in, they're out, they're in, they're out. You know, and I feel like it's making you feel rejected by this person. So I see you pulling your energy back. I see you maintaining a silence and feeling as if, you know, this ending, that may have been what broke your heart, is being maintained. You're thinking about it. You're searching for answers, but you're coming up with the conclusion that this person is just a player at worst, and at best that they're just not providing what it is that you need, that they're in and they're out. I do feel like if you speak to this person, you will tell this person that, but most of you have pulled back. You're keeping your silence. You're searching for answers. In their energy, I'm telling you, this person is focused on their stability, their money. If they have a business in particular, they're focused on that, and they feel that they don't have anything to offer in this connection. So the timing is definitely off, particularly if this is a deep soulmate connection or if this is a twin flame connection. The timing is definitely off, and it's because this person is preoccupied, it looks like, with financial issues and freeing themselves from something that has literally been poisoning them or poisoning this relationship. I do feel like they're trying to figure it out. And they are taking the reins. They are stepping up to, you know, begin their healing journey. But I don't see them focused on the relationship right now, which I get that is difficult. Now, they have decided that you are their person. They've decided that, you know, they want to have this relationship, but there's still things in their life that they feel they have to get straight. So they're holding back, and that, you know, that's difficult. That's hard. I do feel like there's still going to be a very strong lack of communication as well. And this is painful for you. I see you accepting that as an ending right now. And it really does boil down to this person feeling like they don't have anything to offer. Yeah. But I can also tell you anything that they try outside of the connection hasn't worked out for them either. And they're aware of that. They're thinking about that as well. So, you know, my best advice in a situation like this, Leo, is focus on you. And if you want to date others, date others. You know, this person doesn't have their act together right now. And I feel like it's going to take some time for them to get there. They're definitely dealing with something major, though. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Cups. That is underlying energy. It does indicate going out with friends and family. Some of you might be spending, you know, more time going out with friends and family, possibly even dating. But coming together with the Seven of Pentacles, it does tell me that you are patiently waiting for a reconciliation for some of you. And that, you know, take it as it resonates. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. I can feel the frustration in your cards, Leo, and I get it. I get it. Pulling for Leo. All right, so you have number 19. It's called Growing Pains. Now, 1 and 9 condenses to a 10, and 10s are generally about the ending of a cycle. So hopefully this cycle is ending soon in one way or another. All right, so your affirmation says, I trust in the process of my healing. The healer, the garden that tends itself, the therapist. You seek to be an awakened one in your family, and this isn't always easy as it involves taking on larger responsibility and a role in your lineage. You are seeking something more fulfilling, truthful, and of the heart. This requires patience with your psyche and security within your soul. By living intentionally and choosing to be conscious of the choices you make, you are activating transformation at a DNA level. This can be felt at a collective consciousness level as well, and this is powerful work. Your ancestors are so proud to have passed the torch down to you. You've done so much already, far more than you know. Pulling the Growing Pains card invites you to employ more patience with yourself on your healing journey. You are unlearning and undoing generations of toxic patterns and beliefs. This will naturally be challenging, uncomfortable, and even painful at times. This is why they are called growing pains. They are a necessary part of healing. This card also wants to remind you that you were chosen for this path, that your soul chose this mission of healing for you, and this is your initiation. This is what walking through the fire looks like, so you may reach that peaceful, abundant valley. Be proud of yourself and continue to do your best as you find your way. Celebrate small victories, like when you set boundaries or are less reactive, or break a toxic trait, or don't repeat the poison of the past. This is the work, and you've accepted your mission, whether you've realized it or not. Ooh, so you know what? A lot of you guys that are listening to this reading are chosen. You're chosen by Spirit, and you're literally cleaning up, not only in your life, but in your lineage. So much pain, because you're choosing a different path, an awakened path. So don't give up, but focus on you. All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you guys. If you've resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you guys in your next reading, Leo, know that you're loved, and namaste.